Mega Man has tons of games in the classic series, and with tons of games comes tons of Robot Masters, and with tons of Robot Masters, well, some of them gotta be bad, right? They can't all be good if there's tons of them, which is why we're here today, to go over the worst Robot Master from every Mega Man game, 1 through 11. Mega Man 1 has some of the most recognizable Robot Masters in the entire series, so choosing between these 6 guys to find the worst is going to be extremely difficult. Obviously, Oil and Time Man are not being considered because if they were, they would both tie for the worst. We already established in the last video that Fireman is the best Robot Master, and while I may be a troll, I'm not troll enough to choose the same guy as both the best and the worst, but I guess you wouldn't know unless you watched both videos, so maybe you should double check just to be safe. Anyway, this means we really only have 5 guys to go through, so let's start with the few that are certainly not the worst. Gutsman is probably Dr. Wily's favorite Robot Master based off of how many times he's weirdly reincorporated him into other Robot Masters and machines, but I guess Dr. Wily just has good taste because Gutsman is awesome. Also, he's dummy thick. Elecman may have a pretty annoying stage, but I don't think it's fair to judge him based off of his stage, especially when his boss fight is actually really fun. On top of that, Elecman also gives you 2 of the most overpowered weapons in the entire game, being the Thunder and Magnet Beam. Plus, even his design is great. Cutman is arguably the most iconic and recognizable Robot Master in the entire franchise, and while I would say he is slightly overrated, he's far from bad. I love Cutman's design, even if the giant pair of scissors on top of his head looks a bit silly, and as far as his boss fight goes, it may be one of my favorites to actually play in the entire game, though it is a bit easy. This means the worst Robot Master for Mega Man 1 is between Iceman and Bomb Man. But Iceman is cool, so it's gotta be Bomb Man. I don't hate Bomb Man in general or anything, but he looks kind of weird, and when compared to every other boss in Mega Man 1, he just doesn't hold up. But nobody tell him that, okay? I wouldn't want him to find me in real life and like blow me up or something, cause that would be horrible. Those bombs make him one of the most practically dangerous Robot Masters from the game, but we can talk about that in another video. Mega Man 2 is full of some of the best Robot Masters in the entire franchise, as well as Crashman and Woodman. Before you commenters get angry at me though, let me explain myself. I don't hate these guys at all. In fact, I actually like both Woodman and Crashman quite a lot. The problem is, all 6 of these other Robot Masters just happen to be in the top 15-ish Robot Masters of all time, but if you want me to go into detail ranking every Robot Master, then let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe, but you better subscribe. But regardless, I've heard in the comics that Woodman is canonically one of the only nice Robot Masters with compassion, but I don't know anything about the comics, so I'm not considering anything in the comic universe. Though, to be honest, I do want to read them one day because I've heard they're great and the art style is amazing, so maybe I'll do a video on that if I ever read them, but unfortunately I don't know how to read, so I will have to learn. Anyway, with that being said, the choice is not any easier. Woodman is a big fat ugly log, and Crashman is a futuristic cyborg monkey. But you know what? I like monkeys. I like monkeys a lot, actually. So because of that, I'm going with Woodman as the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 2. Mega Man 3 has a lot crazier designs for its Robot Masters than the previous 2 entries. Snake Man, for example, is the first Robot Master based entirely off of an animal, but Snake Man is awesome, so he is not the worst. Shadow Man was already crowned the best Robot Master from Mega Man 3, and Gemini Man's design is far too beautiful to disrespect. Needle Man at first feels like a scary Robot Master, which I assume is kind of the point, but once you see him face to face, he seems a lot more silly, which is not practically good for a Robot Master. So yeah. But I guess he is cool, so he's not the worst. Magnet Man seems like the most generic Robot Master in the entire game, and possibly of all time, but if you think about how magnets are known for messing up computers, and also presumably robots, then Magnet Man becomes a whole lot scarier. Sparkman is one of my personal favorite robots for reasons I cannot explain, but I feel like he looks really weird. Like, I'm not sure what his design is based off of, but I don't really like it. Brakeman is also pretty stupid just because I don't understand whether or not not, this is really Proto Man, and also Break Man makes Proto Man look stupid, and I think Proto Man is supposed to be really cool. But predictably though, the worst Robot Master for Mega Man 3 comes down to either Top Man or Hard Man. Both of these guys are extremely goofy with easy fights to go with, but only one of these guys is funny, which is Top Man, just because, like, why? Why is there a top Robot Master? But you know what? Being funny is not going to get you anywhere in this video. Plus, Hardman is pretty funny too, I guess, but anyway, I feel like at least Hardman is threatening while Top Man is not. So Top Man is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 3, but you're on thin ice, Hardman. Thin ice, buddy. Mega Man 4 has tons of amazing bosses who are obviously not going to be the worst. For example, Ringman is the best in the game, Skullman has one of the coolest designs of all time, Pharaoh Man is just awesome, Toad Man is really funny, and Dive Man even has a certain charm to the way he walks. Drill Man is a character who I've said freaks me out, and while I do stand by that, I can still respect Drill Man as well as enjoy his design. This leaves it up to Dust Man and Bright Man. I actually do like Dust Man though, because not only are his designs and boss fights both interesting, but also having to battle against a robotic vacuum was an inevitability at some point in the series, so I'm glad it was Dust Man and not some other weirdo. Which means, of course, Bright Man is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 4. I don't hate Bright Man, but he's really weird, he's ugly, his boss fight is stupid, and also, you know what? He's ugly again. I don't really know what else to say, so let's just move on. The worst Robot Master from Mega Man 5 is Charge Man. I hate that guy. Charge Man sucks. Mega Man 6 has some of my favorite Robot Masters in the entire franchise. We all know Nightman is my favorite, but these other guys are also absolute classics that are hard to complain about. Flame Man has a really great design and a really fun boss fight, and I feel the exact same way about Yamato Man. Tomahawk Man is great, but I am from America, so I could be biased, and Blizzard Man is of course cool, so he's not the worst either. I complain about Plant Man and his crummy stage in almost all of my videos, but I actually like Plant Man as far as Robot Masters go. It's just that his stage gives me nightmares. The colors on Plant Man are very pretty, and his boss fight, while easy, is still a fun time with or without his weakness. This leaves it between Wind Man and Centaur Man, which is a really tough choice. Wind Man is sort of similar to Air Man, but Air Man blows this guy out of the water, so comparing these two is not going to do Wind Man any favors. Centaur Man is one of the only four-legged Robot Masters that I'm aware of, but he's also pretty annoying to battle against. Not hard or anything like that, not difficult, just annoying. This choice is surprisingly hard, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Wind Man being the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 6. I don't like Centaur Man that much either, but I do like that his bottom half is a horse, and I also like that he's green, so yeah. With the entire Mega Man fanbase now working together to plan out my demise, it's time to troll them even further by continuing this controversial video. But first, I'm contractually obligated to tell you guys to subscribe, because apparently when I don't tell you guys to subscribe, literally no one subscribes, so come on guys, what are you doing? Subscribe. Please. I mean, don't you want to be a subscriber? Don't you know my subscribers are among some of the most well-known, skillful, and prestigious Mega Man players to ever walk the globe? Mega Man 7, the first game in this video to be on the Super Nintendo, has a large variety of Robot Masters to go over. We already know Freeze Man is cool, but Turbo Man and Shade Man are also way too cool to be the worst, so I'm not even gonna waste your time by telling you why, because we all know why. Also, I like Junk Man. I don't know why I like Junk Man, but I do. Burst Man looks like a castle or a rook from chess, and I like chess a lot, so Burst Man is safe. Cloud Man may also be my first Robot Master I ever defeated as a child on the Super Nintendo, and I have way too much nostalgia to call this guy the worst. This means it's between Spring Man and Slash Man, but I like Spring Man a lot. I think he's really funny, which means Slash Man is the worst. I know a lot of people actually really like Slash Man, which is cool I guess, but I hate Slash Man. He freaks me out with his pointy design, and I don't like getting ketchup all over me every time I try to fight him. He's just a jerk, and his entire existence is a hindrance on my life, which is why Slash Man is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 7. Mega Man 8 only has horrible Robot Masters, so really I could say any of them and I think most people would be happy, but I actually like Mega Man 8, so let's try to do it some justice, just this once. Grenade Man was the previous best Robot Master from Mega Man 8 before Magic Man hijacked the title somehow in the last video, and Frost Man is too cool to be the worst. Search Man has 2 heads, which I guess is better than 1, and Sword Man is a deadly weapon, which I cannot hate on. Tengu Man is pretty cool for the most part, and Aquaman is actually one of the only Robot Masters in Mega Man 8 that doesn't immediately make me nauseated on sight. This of course means that Clown Man is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 8. Not only is he creepy and weird, but when you kill him, he says, "See you in my dreams." What the heck is that about? I hate this guy, and I hope you do too, because he is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 8. Rockman and Forte only has amazing Chad Robot Masters with 2 freaks from Mega Man 8 who snuck their way into this masterpiece. So of course, the worst Robot Master is going to be between Astro Man and Tengu Man, but I like Astro Man enough to look over his origins, so Tengu Man is the worst. His design may be cool, but his Mega Man 8 stench is far too foul to be anything other than the worst Robot Master from Rockman and Forte. Mega Man 9 brings us back to the 8-bit style graphics and also back to having great Robot Master designs. Pretty much every Robot Master in Mega Man 9 is a strong contender for the best, which makes choosing the worst extremely painful. I guess Plug Man and Concrete Man are a little bit weaker than the others, but Concrete Man kinda reminds me of Guts Man due to them both being dummy thick, and Plug Man really isn't that bad. I mean, he makes sense in a world of robots, right? They need electricity. They need to charge, I guess. Well, you know what? None of these guys are the worst. The worst Robot Master from Mega Man 9 is actually Fake Man, because frick the police. Mega Man 10 also has a lack of bad Robot Masters, which of course makes this entry difficult once again. We already know Blade Man is awesome, Chill Man is cool, and Nitro Man is rad, and we already know Sheep Man is one of my favorite streamers on all of Twitch, which is why you should go check out twitch.tv/sheepwavetv. But I bet you didn't know someone in my comment section in the last video said Solar Man solos, and while I don't know about that, I don't want to take any chances, so I'm not calling him the worst. Strike Man is a big fat baseball, and while I do hate baseball, I actually do not hate Strike Man. I think he's pretty funny. This means it's between Pump Man and Commando Man. Now, Commando Man has been on the receiving end of a lot of my criticism in the past, but I actually really like his design and I don't hate him one bit. But Pump Man, on the other hand, was based off of a mid-SoundCloud rapper, which is very lame. So yeah, Pump Man is the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 10. Mega Man 11 recently just became the highest selling classic Mega Man game of all time, so hopefully Capcom can finally make a Mega Man 12 and I can delete and then remake every single one of these videos. Acid Man and Fuse Man are far too awesome to be considered in this video, and Bounce Man and Block Man are far too goofy for me to have any bad thoughts. Tundra Man is obviously cool, so they are not the worst, which means it's between Blast Man, Torch Man, and Impact Man. Blast Man is extremely crazy with an enjoyable design, plus I already pissed off Bomb Man in the beginning of this video, and I don't want to take my chances with any more bomb-wielding freaks, so Blast Man is safe for now. Torch Man, while not being very memorable, is ironically fairly cool and has an intimidating demeanor when facing him, while Impact Man does not. Now, I don't hate Impact Man or anything, but I feel like he's probably the strangest of the Robot Masters in Mega Man 11, plus he's really annoying and not very memorable. He is also called Pile Man in Japan, which I guess makes him like 1% cooler just for having that fun fact, but that is not enough to save him from being the worst Robot Master from Mega Man 11. So those were the worst Robot Masters from every Mega Man game 1 through 11. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, do not forget to subscribe so you don't miss out whenever I do the ugliest Robot Master from every Mega Man game 1 through 11, or the stupidest Robot Master from every Mega Man game 1 through 11, or the coolest Robot Master from every Mega Man game 1 through 11, or the funniest Robot Master from every Mega Man game 1 through 11.